In today's world where we're on email and text messaging all the time, we're all writers. We're writing every day, probably more than any people have written in the history of mankind. We're always writing, and there's no piece of writing that couldn't be improved by choosing exactly the right word. We don't only cover formal words in the writer's thesaurus, we cover every level and every register of English usage. So from slang to colloquial to the very most formal and archaic and literary sounding words.
Well, it's the third edition. It's a sort of fantastic book. It's got, I think, 300,000 synonyms, 10,000 antonyms. We have tons of new features in this book, including word toolkits, new reflections from contemporary authors.
Oxford lexicography program has something called the Oxford English Corpus, which is a vast, vast database showing real-life use of English. And what we can do with this is to see how words are used together and what the most common, what we call collocations are of a specific word. And that gives you a lot of insight into how real people are using these words right now in edited text. So the word toolkits are a word cloud which shows us by the size of the word as it appears what the most common collocations or partner words are of the head words that they sit under. So it's a great way to see the difference between, say, old and ancient and mature. How are those words used differently? Well, mature has a lot of these sort of botanical and scientific examples, mature leaf, mature forest, mature cell. Old is most frequently used with people, and ancient shows up with a lot of ancient culture words, ancient history, ancient language, those sorts of things. So you can, that shows you a shade of meaning that a simple definition wouldn't tell you, to help you choose exactly the right word for the particular situation that you're in as a writer. This is a sort of unique and innovative feature in this dictionary for us, yes. And Oxford has had its corpus program for a very long time and has used it as the basis for its dictionary definitions for a long time. So that's something that we're very proud of.
There is an online edition that's also being published simultaneously at the end of August and September. It's more linked to the dictionary on Oxford Dictionaries Pro. It's the subscriber website for Oxford Dictionaries Online, and that's you link to the dictionary content, and it's sort of an enhanced navigational tool for the dictionary. It allows users to get a greater meaning of the word. It also allows you to link to, or I guess all of the synonyms and antonyms are linked in the entry page, so you're able to see the definition of a synonym and antonym within the entry page for, I guess, the head word. So if you're looking up the Thesaurus entry for car, you can also see that motor or automobile or even jalopy is listed there, and you can just hover over the word and you can see that definition. So you don't even have to leave the page. So it's a sort of great feature for the website.